My name is Daniel Peterson, and I'm the president of the Interpreter Foundation and a professor of Islamic Studies and Arabic at BYU. One place that is often neglected by tourists to the Middle East is Jordan, the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, which is right across the Jordan River. It used to be called Transjordan for that reason, from Israel. And people go to Israel. They're fascinated with the sites, the biblical sites in Israel. But they don't realize that some of those sites are actually in Jordan, and that Jordan has a great deal to offer too. And Jordan has been trying very seriously in recent years to bill itself as the other Holy Land. And they have some real sites to offer. There are some spectacular places. Petra is not a biblical site, but it may have been the place that Paul went to when, after his conversion, he fled into Arabia. Arabia in those days didn't mean Saudi Arabia, it meant probably Jordan, the area around Jordan. He might have gone to the territory of Aretas or Harith, who was the king of the Nabatean kingdom, which was headquartered in Petra. And Petra was voted recently one of the wonders of the world. It is a spectacular sight as you come through the Seek, the narrow slot canyon that leads into it, and you see the treasury and so on carved into the red sandstone cliffs. It's astonishing. It's again, I'd say it's one of those sites that you see pictures of, and it actually lives up to the photographs. So a lot of places don't, but Petra does. And that initial glimpse of the treasury is one of the most dramatic things that you can imagine, and so that is spectacular to see. And down in the south, you go to the Wadi Rum, which is Lawrence of Arabia territory, or if you will, it's Martian territory. This is where both Lawrence of Arabia was filmed and the film The Martian was filmed there. It's the place where Lawrence actually used to hang out, and one of the places. So it's magnificent too. Red sandstone looks like the surface of Mars. It's still Bedouin territory. Or up in the north, Jerash, this Roman city, which just goes on and on and on. You have a sense of how a Roman city was really laid out and how spectacular they must have been. And it's in ruins today, but the ruins are extensive and they're still amazingly intact. Many of the columns still standing and so on. So it's not hard to visualize what it would have been like in the days when it was a functioning Roman city. Jordan itself, Amman, Jordan itself, the capital, is the ancient city of Rabat Ammon, hence the modern name of Amman. And then one of my favorite sites, I went there first many, many years ago with Merrill Bateman, who was president of BYU at the time, and the president of the University of Jordan. And the president of the University of Jordan wanted to take us down to a site that they were developing, and it was the baptismal site of Jesus on the Jordanian side. And when I got down there, I thought to myself, looking around, and I don't claim revelation for this, but I thought, this is it. I'll bet this is it. And it's a site that's associated with Elijah and with Jesus, and it's been venerated since ancient times, and it fits all the criteria, in my view, for the actual site of the baptism of Jesus. The Israelis have a site on the opposite bank, but I like it best coming from the Jordanian side, because I think that's where it happened. That's where Elijah went. Elijah is recorded to have crossed over the Jordan, and so I think John was operating over there. That's why when John appears, people ask, are you Elijah? Because he shows up wearing the same garb in the same place that is on the opposite side of the River Jordan, and then crossing over onto the Israeli side, the Israelite side. But it's a spectacular site just downhill basically from Amman. It's the very place probably, or very close, where the Israelites presumably crossed over from Jordan into Israel, or into the land of Canaan when they were about to conquer it. So Jordan is a marvelous place and an undervalued place, but it's becoming very tourist friendly these days. They are very welcoming, and it's very safe.